Hello, what's going on YouTube? Sebastian here with Spin Driving School, and in today's video we are going to address the major differences between the N and the Class 5 road tests. So let's just get right into it. So first and foremost, once you have your L, you've done your knowledge test, you have had some practice, whether mom, dad, driving lessons, driving schools, any other supervisors. Once you get your feet wet, you get within 40 to 50 hours of practice, because that's what ICBC generally recommends, and that's what I would recommend. Once you have that established, you can go and do your N test, which is going to be a first road test out of the two you will have to perform essentially before you get your full Class 5 license. So on your N test, it's very straightforward, mostly residential areas. So like a lot of two ways, a lot of four ways, school zones, park zones, parallel park, reverse park at the end, some maneuvers in between, change of direction, about 30 minutes, then you're back to ICBC and it's over. Then in a 2 years time, considering that you are not doing a GLP course, depending on what the waiting times are based on your birthday, it may vary. Once that period of time has passed, then you will be recommended to go for your Class 5. Now you can have your N for the rest of your life if you want. It does not require another road test. You just have to make sure that when it expires, you just have to get it renewed, just like any other license. If you want to get rid of your N, you're going for your Class 5. So now the major difference between the Class 5 and the N test, some people think it's going on the highway, which it is true. However, the most important thing is that you are a top-notch, confident, well-versed driver. So the most important thing on your Class 5 is your confidence and the knowledge and the experience that you have. Okay, nothing is going to replace that, because if you drive in the same manner that you did on your Class 7, especially if it was just okay, if you just barely passed, you're not going to be successful. So the major difference is you got to be on your A game. Okay, other than that, yes, it could be going on the highway, though the speed limits are not set by ICBC, they are set by the city. So if you're doing your tests in the city where ICBC is located close to a highway, or any road where the speed limit rather is going to be higher than 50, you'll be expected to drive higher than the 50-kilometer speed limit that is posted in that area. So speed limits have nothing to do with the class of your license that you're doing. Now, again, Class 5 is usually associated with going on the highway, yes, but I've had a lot of students who did their Class 5s, especially in different cities, especially in cities where the access to the highway is either far away, or maybe there's just no highway, because that also happens in small cities. You're not going to go on the highway. For some people, it's literally the same test. Class 7 N versus their Class 5 is almost literally the same road test. I've had students who did the same route verbatim on their N and on their Class 5, never went on the highway. Maybe they didn't do as many maneuvers as they did on their N test, you know, like cul-de-sacs and a lot of pulling over and a 3-point turn and things like that. Sure, that may be the case, but the most important thing is your skills and your confidence and how well you're able to drive. So the mistakes that you made previously and all the bad habits that you've developed throughout the years need to be fixed and non-existent, and you should be a pro at driving. So those are essentially the major differences between Class 7 N and your Class 5. Now, if you have a license from another country, it might be granted. You might get a full license right away, where it would mean you don't have to do your road test, depending on the agreement that ICBC has with that country. Things like that, you have to call ICBC and find out from them, as I don't work for ICBC. So please do not call me and ask me questions that are related to your license, because I don't know a lot of these things. But again, every country is different. So you might have to be able to get your license right away. You might have to do a Class 5 learners, or you might go back all the way to your N stage or even your L stage. That's a possibility, again, depending on the country. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.